The Boone and Crockett Club is excited to give you the opportunity to reserve a copy of our 2-volume special collector's edition of our most popular book, Records of North American Big Game. Now in its 14th edition, this series of books dates back over 80 years and our scoring system decades before that. To give you a little more insight into why B&C keeps big game records and continues to publish this unique book, let's take a look at our history. After returning from his adventures in the West, Theodore Roosevelt returns to his home in New York City and promptly hosts a dinner for several friends. The intent was to hatch a plan to form a conservation organization that would save the wildlife they were concerned about and would also honor the traditions of hunting. Thus began the Boone and Crockett Club. Since 1887, B&C and its members have made major contributions to wildlife and conservation throughout North America. Highlights begin with proposing legislation to protect and enlarge Yellowstone National Park. Additionally, B&C members helped create the National Forest System, established legislation to create and enforce game laws putting an end to market hunting, established our nation's first wildlife refuge, helped create both Glacier and Denali National Parks, gave life to the concept of fair chase and hunting ethics, and perhaps what we are most known for, devised a scoring system for North American big game animals. It was with Theodore Roosevelt's leadership that B&C began scoring big game trophies. In 1895, at the Sportsman's Exhibition in New York's Madison Square Garden, TR and other members first began scoring trophies. 7 years later, B&C creates a simple scoring procedure for big game and organizes its first official scoring committee. In 1906, B&C establishes the National Collection of Heads and Horns at the Bronx Zoo, providing a space where sportsmen could deposit their trophies, preserving them for future generations. In the early 1930s, Prentice Gray uses the scoring system to record data of the trophies in the National Collection, resulting in the first edition of our records book. B&C holds its first big game competition in 1947 at the American Museum of Natural History with 35 trophies on display. 3 years later, B&C develops the current scoring system and it becomes the universally accepted method for measuring big game. They soon recognize that the system is an effective means of tracking the recovery of big game populations thought to be vanishing, therefore tracking the success of wildlife management. Today, B&C continues to release a new and updated edition of the records book every 6 years. Our newest edition of Records of North American Big Game will be released in a 2-volume set and features stories of the world's records for all 38 categories, including the 4 new number 1 trophies, photographs of the top trophies for each category, and over 32,000 listings of trophy big game animals, along with hundreds of full-color field photographs. This collector's edition will be available in a limited quantity. Once the campaign is complete and the press run is determined, no more copies of the collector's set will be printed. Reserve yours today and don't miss out on owning this unique piece of North American hunting history.